And that's why I'm suing the IRS.
But don't get me wrong, Donald, but why in the hell did you even trade with them? Didn't we already talk about this?
It was a while ago, Obama, and I thought that they would be intimidated by my mighty presence.
You traded a serialized card for $500? How can you even call that a trade?
They just showed me the cash, and I couldn't stop looking.
Never ever take bro to a casino.
Gambling addictions aren't real.
Anyway, are you guys excited for the new BloomBurrow set?
I couldn't be any more excited. I'm just happy we are getting a normal, affordable set that everyone can enjoy.
My mom actually ordered a booster box of it. She doesn't play the game. She just really likes the cute little creatures.
I fucking hate this set.
Come on, Donald, why?
The most valuable card is only $200. That's it, $200. What am I gonna buy with that kind of money? A single Starbucks.
Watch this, Ben. There's a red, white, and blue precon.
Sign me up. Where's the decks at?
I didn't get the chance to buy any of them, sadly. We might just need to improvise and play with our own decks.
I brought my counterspell deck.
Guys, I did something.
Well, we might not need to improvise anymore.
Visually speaking.
Man, Sleepy Joe is acting whack right now. What's the deal?
There's only one sure-day reason why I'm moving like a crack.
To translate what Joe said, there's a squirrel precon, and he's gone, and I quote, nuts.
Oh, really? That's it?
Donnie, you better pull your pants up and get ready to square down because my troopers have been
Oh, God damn, let's get this game started.
Have you finally calmed down, Joe?
Sorry, guys, just got a little I got it.
Now that we got that squared away, are we all ready?
I just got done shuffling. Why did I get raccoons?
It's obvious, Ben. Joe automatically gets squirrels. I get the most American thing here. Obama gets the fucky shit, and you get whatever's left over.
Huh, I hope I get the chance to annihilate you in this game.
Bring it on, Pipsqueak.
Let's roll our D20s for the highest number to see who goes first. Ha-ha! It appears I go first.
Rigged ass dice.
Ass-rigged dice.
This is a very unoriginal bit.
I will draw, play a forest, and tap it to play Spore Frog. I can sacrifice him at any time and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. I will pass turn.
I will draw for turn, play a mountain, and pass turn.
I will draw, play, and crack my Evolving Wilds for a Plains and pass it to Shithead.
I will draw, play a jungle hollow, and gain 1 life on its arrival.
Oh my God, Joe, don't sniff the cards.
Actually, Joe can indeed sniff the cards. Since he owns said cards, you, Donald, are lawfully wrong.
Ben's got a point.
It's still really fucking weird.
I will draw, play a Flooded Grove, and tap 2 for Coiling Oracle. When this card enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of my library. If it's a land card, I put it into play, otherwise it goes to my hand. It looks like I get a Tomio Field Researcher in my hand. I will pass turn.
I will draw for turn, play a Rootbound Crag, untapped since I control a forest, and tap 2 for Sakura Tribe Elder. I will immediately sacrifice him to go get a basic forest and put it onto the battlefield tapped. I pass turn.
I will draw, play a Seachrome Coast, and pass turn.
I will draw, play, and schmickle my Evolving Wilds to go get a swamp and tap 1 for a Gilded Goose. Sadly, it is not a squirrel, but I make a food token on its entry. I can pay 2 mana to create a food token, and I can tap it and sacrifice a food token for 1 mana of any color. I will pass turn.
I will draw, play a Plains, and tap 2 for a Fell Warstone. I will now tap that artifact and my Flooded Grove to play, That's a crazy name for a card.
Stand back, Baraki, I got this. Tirshkok de du data Cajun file.
Of course, you can pronounce file correctly.
That's a bad topic to pick on, Donald. The card says Triskaitica file.
Thanks, Ben. This creature allows me to have no maximum hand size, and at the beginning of my upkeep, if I have exactly 13 cards in my hand, I win the game. I can also pay 4 to draw a card. I will pass turn.
That shit needs off the field ASAP.
Let's work together, Donald. I believe Obama has the group Hug deck. If we work together, it will just be us hugging.
This is getting weird.
But not freaky enough.
I will draw, play a forest, and tap 2 for Explore. I can play an additional land this turn, and I draw a card. It looks like my choice was statistically perfect because I play another forest, and I tap 3 for my commander. Oh boy, this card reads, during my turn, each non-equipment artifact and non-aura enchantment I control with mana value 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types and has indestructible haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, I pass turn.
Any fucking thing else that card does? It looks like it does everything. I wonder if my deck is any good now.
I can't believe you're doubting an American colored deck.
All right, all right. I will draw, play a Ferris Lake, and tap 3 to play my commander. It's a 1/3 with flying, and it gets +X+0, where X is the number of other creatures I control with a base power of 1. Hey, that's not so bad.
Keep reading, because I can't.
Creature spells I cast have Offspring too.
Oh, shit. You get to make a copy of a creature you cast, and the copy is a 1/1. That would make your commander stronger.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for spelling it out for everybody. I bet even Sleepy Joe heard that.
I'm going to put one of these in a jar.
Anyway, I pass turn.
I will draw, play a forest, and tap 4 using my gilded chicken and sacking an artifact to play my commander. It sadly isn't Chatterfang, but he's a pretty solid trooper. I can tap this dude and pay 2 life, and when I do, I can tap X untapped tokens I control and add X mana in any combination of colors. Also, at the beginning of my end step, I can create a token that's a copy of target token I control. If that token is a trooper, create 2 of those bitches instead. I will pass turn.
Okay, my board isn't the only problem anymore.
Now look who's complaining.
Yeah, no joke, Donald. I thought you were cooler than that, Obama.
Stop shitting on my favorite vice president.
All right, you all asked for it? I will draw, play a plains, and tap 4 for my commander. Mrs. Bumbleflower has vigilance.
Hang on a minute. Bumbleflower? What a joke. That's a perfect representation of Obama's military prowess during his presidency.
That was a stretch, Donald. Plus, didn't he put an end to Osama bin Laden?
Why shawty walking like that? I bet that shit jiggles.
All 3 of you, except Ben, need to calm the hell down. Especially you, Joe. Anyway, whenever I cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. I then put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this ability resolves the second time this turn, I draw 2 cards.
I told you guys, group hug.
I would say it's more political.
Throw me at that rabbit and I'll come back a father.
I'm passing turn before Joe violates my cards.
I will draw and tap 3 to cultivate. I will get a mountain and forest, playing the mountain tapped, and playing my forest for my land this turn. I will now tap 3 for Burnished Heart. I can pay 3 to sack this deer and get 2 basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. I will pass turn.
I will draw, play a plains, and tap 4 for Sad Robo. When this creature enters in, I may go get a basic land card from my library, put it on the field tapped. When this creature dies, draw a card. I pass turn.
That's a lot of mana ramp going on.
Benjamin and I have made the tightest contract. We're both going to be making money.
Why are you working for this loony, Ben?
I don't appreciate his earlier comments, but I indeed want to win this game. Logically, forming alliances early is a great way to ensure success.
I'm sorry, Ben, but no one asked.
What you did.
I will draw, play a Viridescent Bog, and tap 3 for Squirrel Nest. I enchant a land with this card, and I can now tap that land to create a 1/1 green trooper token. I will enchant my Viridescent Bog with this. I will now tap that land to create a trooper, and now I will go to my end step and make 2 token copies of that squirrel. I now have a net positive of 3 squirrels.
I'm assuming you will pass your turn now.
Non-verbatimly.
I will draw, play a Skycloud Expanse, and tap 4 for Tameo Field Researcher. I will make Donald draw a card.
I see Obama finally understands not making enemies with me.
I will put a 1/1 counter on Coiling Oracle, and it will get flying until end of turn. Next, I will +1 Tameo and give Coiling Oracle and Spore Frog its effects. Until my next turn, when they deal combat damage, I draw a card. I will now tap 2 for Jolly Gerbils. Whenever I give a gift, I draw a card.
Hold on, isn't that card insanely busted?
How so?
Obama could just buy 100 gifts for us before the game and give them to us during the match, allowing his ass to draw whenever he wants.
You are being silly, Joe. The gift mechanic lets you promise a gift to your opponent as an additional cost. It is optional, but if you do, the opponent gets a positive effect while you receive a greater effect.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit, Ben.
Believe what you want, I just skimmed it on the wiki.
Anyway, my commander will trigger and I will make Donald draw again.
This motherfucker is making me blush.
Spore Frog will get my commander's effects, and I will draw 2 cards based off the end of my commander's condition. I will now attack Joe with my 2 creatures that are flying.
Straight fucked coming from the president who made a shitty high school lunch system.
Anyway, I will pass turn.
I will draw for turn, play and crack my Evolving Wilds for a mountain, and tap 6 for Kodama of the East Tree. It has reach, and whenever another permanent I control enters, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, I may put a permanent card with equal or lesser mana value from my hand onto the battlefield. It also has partner for anyone who cares. I will pass turn.
I will draw, play a Sunscorched Divide, and tap 5 for Siege Gang Commander. When this creature enters, I create 3/1/1 red goblin creature tokens. I can also pay 2 to sacrifice a goblin, and this card will deal 2 damage to any target. I will graciously pass turn.
I will draw, play a swamp, and tap 4 for Chittering Witch. This wench enters in and creates me a number of 1/1 black rat tokens equal to the number of opponents I have. I can also sack a creature for 2 mana to give target creature -2/-2 until end of turn. I will create 3 fucking rats. Get ready, Obama, because I don't care anymore.
Watch out, everyone, the schizophrenia meds wore off.
I will tap my squirrel nest to make another trooper token and then hit up my end step. I create 2 squirrels and pass turn.
I will draw, play a brushland, and tap 3 for Rites of Flourishing. At the beginning of all our draw steps, each of us draws an additional card. Also, each player may play an additional land each turn. My commander triggers, I will put a 1/1 counter on Spore Frog and make Ben draw a card.
Logical choice, Obama.
You're lucky we're on the same team, Ben.
We will need to be, especially with Joe's potential shenanigans.
I just did the math. If you can fit 2 full-size raccoons in your ass, which are around 23 inches at least, but they can squeeze into holes as big as 4 inches. On average, a fully grown squirrel is 10 inches.
We cannot let this man cook any further.
You are a coward, Ben. I can't wait for you to get out of office.
I hate to keep things on topic, but I still have my turn to finish. I will play an island as my second land for turn and tap 5 for Sunscorched Region. My commander triggers and I put a 1/1 counter on Coiling Oracle and make Ben draw again. I will draw 2 cards. This creature has flying, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on this card. I also gain 1 life. I will +1 my Planeswalker and target my Oracle and Frog with its effects. I will now attack Joe with 2 3/3s with flying.
Haha, this is fun.
Is this considered an anime betrayal?
You know what, Joe? Give me another turn, and I'll do you good, buddy.
It sounds like we are cool, Obama. You draw 2 cards and pass turn.
Yes, that is right.
I will draw for turn, play a forest, and tap 3 for Garruk's Uprising. Pay attention, Joe, because you keep on messing up with this card.
I'm all holes.
When this card enters, and if I control a creature with power 4 or greater, I draw a card. That will trigger since I control Kodama. Creatures I control have trample, and whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters in under my control, I draw a card. Kodama will trigger, and I can put a permanent card from my hand into play with mana value 4 or less. I will play for free, Domri, Anarchist of Bolas. Creatures I control get +1/+0.
Okay, Ben. No reason to pop off too hard. I'm the one who's supposed to win this.
Brother forgot how commander games work.
Are you saying Ben's going to betray me? He would never do that.
Come on, guys, I'm only 1 sentence into my turn. I will +1 my Planeswalker to add 1 red mana to my pool, and now my creature spells I cast can't be countered this turn. I will tap 6 for Warstorm Surge. Whenever a creature I control enters, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Don't forget about my commander's ability, since this enchantment is now a 4/4 creature, and Garruk's Uprising will trigger because of that. Additionally, Warstorm Surge will trigger, and I will hit Donald for 4 damage.
I can't believe this. Shot like Tupac.
I will now play for free Gilded Lotus. Warstorm Surge and Garruk's Uprising trigger, and I will deal 4 more damage to Donald. I will tap 4 for Alchemist's Talent, and when this card enters, I create 2 tap treasure tokens. The other 2 cards trigger, and this time I'm hitting Obama with a bomb.
Okay, I see how it is.
I will now play for free Greater Good, which lets me sack any creature and draw cards equal to its power, but I have to discard 3 cards. My triggers happen, and I hit Joe for 4 damage.
I wasn't paying attention. Can you repeat your turn?
What an epic turn. I pass it to Donald.
Hold on, Ben. I was letting you say your whole turn without interruption so we can keep things moving. My Sunscorched Regent triggered 3 times. Now you can pass turn.
I will draw, play a Sky Cloud Expanse, and play a mountain. I will tap 5 for a Rapid Augmenter.
Sunscorched trigger.
It has haste, and whenever another creature I control with base power 1 enters, it gains haste until end of turn. Whenever another creature I control enters, if it wasn't cast, put a 1/1 counter on this card, and it can't be blocked this turn. I will now tap 1 for Fortune Teller's Talent.
Obama trigger.
Obama isn't a card, Joe, not until Wizards finally does a President's Secret Lair. This enchantment class lets me look at the top card of my library at any time. I will pass turn.
Weak shit-ass turn, Donnie. I will draw and play 2 forests. I will tap 1 to cycle Green Thicket to draw a card. I will now tap 6 for Garruk, Cursed Huntsman. Your Obama triggers, and I will use his first ability to create 2/2/2 green wolf creature tokens. I will go to my end step, create more squirrels, and pass turn.
I'd say let's wrap up this game. Our boards are getting too crazy.
Except for mine. I wish I had my walls.
Your walls would be milder than the deck you're playing.
Fuck off, you ancient tomb.
I'm coming for you, Obama. I'm going to destroy everything.
I will draw and tap 3 for Secret Rendezvous. Me and target opponent each draw 3 cards. Here you go, Joe.
I'm so glad I got caught up with how heavy are the dumbbells you lift.
My commander triggers and I will make Donald draw a card and put a counter on my commander.
Just surrender, Obama. No need to keep on sending me a love letter.
I will +1 my Planeswalker and give its effects to my Frog and Coiling Oracle and attack Ben with those 2 creatures and my Sun-Scorched Region.
Ruefully speaking, you will. Rue this day.
I now have 14 cards in my hand. I will pass turn.
I will draw, play a forest, and tap 5 for Reign of Riches. Yeah, whatever. Let your annoying dragon trigger, but when this enchantment enters, I'll have it deal 4 damage to you, and I create 2 treasure tokens. Additionally, the first spell I cast each turn that mana from a treasure token was spent to cast it has Cascade. I will now play for free Evercoat Ursine, which will let me hit Obama with 6 damage. This creature has Trample and Hideaway 3 twice. Okay, now that those triggers are done, I will tap 5, sacking a treasure token, tapping my Forest and Gilded Lotus to play Garruk's Pack Leader. Obama's Dragon triggers, my cards trigger, and I deal 4 damage to Obama, and now I cascade into Mind Stone.
My Regent still triggers off your Cascaded Mind Stone.
Oh, look at him like a weasel, grabbing onto any ruling he can get so he can win. How typical.
Don't listen to him, Baraki. Donald is frustrated because he has no bitches, but we do.
Well, now I get to play Grumgully the Generous for free. I will deal another 3 damage to you, Obama, and play a Wooded Ridgeline. I will -2 my Planeswalker and make my Kodama fight your Triskite Kafile.
Okay, I will sack my Spore Frog to prevent combat damage between those creatures.
Perfect. All according to plan. I will pass it to Donald.
I will draw, play an island and a Temple of Epiphany, and I will scry 1 to the bottom. I will now tap 9 to play Jacked Rabbit. Yeah, your bullshit triggers, but I get to draw a card because of its Ravenous ability and create 8 rabbits. Thanks to Rapid Augmenter, all my newly debuted creatures get haste until end of turn. Additionally, since the rabbit tokens I create were not cast, I get to put 8 and 1/1 counters on both my augmenters, and they are unblockable. Look at that, Obama. I go to combat and attack you with everything. My commander gets +14 thanks to its ability.
To end your yapping, I will tap 6 for Perch Protection and gift Joe an extra turn with it.
That's fucking awesome.
I create 4/2 blue bird creature tokens with flying, and if a gift was promised, all permanents I control phase out. And until my next turn, my life total can't change and I gain protection from everything. I also draw a card since I gave a player a gift.
That card is fucking bullshit. What the fuck?
No fucking way. Donald, this is really, really bad. I didn't know his deck had a card like that.
It looks like all that confidence went out the Republican funding window.
I pass turn and go fuck yourself.
I will draw, play Twilight Mire and Bojuka Bog, and I will exile Ben's Graveyard. Next, I will tap 2 for Talisman of Resilience and tap my Squirrel's Nest for another Trooper, and tap 2 on Chitter Witch to sack one of my Wolf tokens and put a loyalty counter on my Planeswalker. I will give Ben's Burnished Heart -2/-2 to kill it.
That is awful, Joe. That poor deer did nothing to you.
You know how many of those deer have gone through my windshield? I intentionally hit those fuckers. I will -6 my Planeswalker and gain his emblem. Creatures I control now have +3/+3/+3 in trample.
Apparently, Joe stuttered a third +3 into existence.
I will tap 4 to play Rootcast Apprenticeship and make 3 more troopers. I will now tap my commander, pay life, and tap 3 rats to play Honored Dre Leader. When this trooper jumps off the battle bus, I put 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of squirrels and food tokens. I will attack Donald with everything.
I just got fucking destroyed.
Don't worry, Donald. I will try to avenge you.
Sick 'em, boy.
Aye, caption. I will go to my end step and create 2 more squirrels. I will start my next turn draw and tap 5 for Swarmyard Massacre. This will kill my wolf and my chicken, but all non-squirrel or non-rat creatures get -1/-1 for each squirrel and rat I control.
Okay, there goes my board.
I attack you with my entire board.
I am dead.
My end step shit happens and I pass turn.
Okay, if I don't kill you on this turn, Joe, it's GG. So, I will tap 6 for Managorder Hydra and Selvala, Explorer Returned. I don't really care what those 2 do. I just need my commander triggers. Joe, you will draw 2 cards. I draw 2 cards and put 1/1 counters on my commander and Coiling Oracle. I will now go to attack, and that should be lethal.
That would be right, Obama. Good job.
You are a coward, Obama. You hid behind Joe the entire time.
Donald makes a valid point.
What can I say? Joe had the best deck, so I just needed to play it too.
Yeah, what Obama said.
That game was so horrible it changed my voice.
Yeah, mine too.
I don't think my raccoons had a fair shot. Game 2?
Let's do it.
I'm playing walls.
Fuck that. I'm going to go watch more Gravity Falls with Michelle.